goodness, what a wonderful morning. Wow, I had the whole zoo here. Oh my goodness.
Howdy, how you doing? Look, I'm in Minecraft now. Because I'm doing a tour, alright. I got a lot going on, and I need an easy video for this week, so I'm doing a tour of me and my friend's survival world. We just started this a couple days ago, so it's looking pretty drab, but there's some stuff that's going on that's pretty cute. So, if you could tell here, we're kind of on a cliff. It was not my idea. I did not condone this, but yet I am forced to live here. First, we have animal abuse. I don't know who set this up. It wasn't me. I would never do this. I would never, don't look at me that way. I would never put cows in a small pen, only two, so lonely, no grass. Disgusting. Alright, and then we've only got pink sheep because we have some sort of bias against any other colors. And this is the even sadder chicken coop. Look at the state of their pen. This, I can't even look. Oh. Whee! Oh, and this is the farm area. Okay, this is like the communal area. Obviously, she's looking pretty drab. Like, why is there dirt here? A torch, a fence. I don't even know. Is this supposed to be a fountain? I don't know what that is. But me being the breadwinner, I planted all of this wheat, and as you can see, it's coming along really great. It's even. There's no holes in it everywhere. They're all grown. We got a double tier going on. But look at this. Wow. This is a bee farm. This is what I call a bee farm. If you're wondering, where's the structural integrity? Why is it not standing there? Where's the flowers? What's going on? It's a work in progress, and they have plenty of stuff like burning and boxes to live in, and sometimes they go up and away and explore. If you're wondering why there's this ugly birch fence everywhere, don't look at that. It's because we actually had an iron golem who was murdered by pillagers. I also had a horse here who seems to have either escaped or also died. I don't know how he could have died. Oh, B. I think he escaped somewhere because he had copper armor on, so he should be like fairly safe. Anyway, this way had a zombie piglet, and he has vanished, but I'd like to think that he is around here somewhere. We got our portal going on. I literally have gone 2 feet. Let's see where it takes me. Whoa, 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 whoa! What the heck? How did you get in here? Okay, there's a hog. I'm going. Hey! Anyway, so this is, it's kind of strange. This is Benxlle's house, okay? Casa de Benxlle. Here we have a double kitchen entendre. And along we've got 2 potted plants because it just is, it's a high quality, it's a modern look, it's an art piece, you would not get it. And over here we have right next to it the smithing table, I think, and then a copper chest. Wow, it's so kitchen-esque. Now, something we really can appreciate about this is making me dizzy. Something we really can appreciate about this build is the modern art. Yes, very modern, very demure, very intentional. Of course, it wouldn't be a studio apartment if the bed was not in the kitchen. Right next to a compost and a map thing with some dry candles. This is what we call maximalism, okay? We've got shelves up here with identical flowers. We've got sprouts coming down so you get the most of your pollen count while sleeping right on your face. We've got piano tiles as the carpet because we are 30 years old and 30 is a kid. Here we've got our storage system and some gorgeous, gorgeous girls, some empty bottles. Here's the corpse of Benxlle's beloved pet, Copper Golem. He did not take care of it and neglected it, and it sadly passed away, and he displays it here as a cruel joke. And I think I walked in on something. Sorry, I'm just doing a room tour. I'll blur your face, so don't worry about it. Sorry. Awkward. Some more gorgeous artwork. Now this is more of contrast to the modern era, as this is the Renaissance piece of the skeleton in the bread shell. Okay, you might think this is a conch. In fact, it is not. because that would be unconscious. Now, this originally was called unconscious, but it is now called skeleton in a bread bowl. Look at that boy's forehead. Notice how he's skinny. His ribs are showing. He is spaghetti noodling, not even putting his arms on his sides because he knows how thin he is, and if he moves an inch, he might break. Well, that's actually due to all of the carbs that he ate to sit in this bread bowl because he wanted some place to take a nap, and all the fat went up to his head. We all know fat is distributed differently among everyone, and his just happened to go in his forehead and none for the rest of his body. This was what we called big head, skinny body because of eating bread disease. This is something that happened in the Renaissance era. It was so common, but it wasn't well documented, and this is such a statement piece because no one was brave enough to put this out there. Let me go up here. No one was brave enough to put this disease out in the world because everyone who had it was insecure. How devastating. Hey, how's it going? Sorry, I'm just, do you mind coming back a little bit later? I'm just trying to, I don't mean to occupy your space, obviously. I'm just doing a house tour. Thank you. Sorry about that. Anyway, so then over here we've got the gorgeous library, the book nook, okay? The sounds of rushing water, and you might think that's leaky plumbing, but it's actually a design choice that I see not many people do because it does take a certain eye to hear rushing water in your walls because it could give off as poor. But if you have the certain look, if you have the aesthetic of 5 different blocks on one wall, then it might just make you look all the more expensive. 2 lecterns with no book on it. Incredible. Over here, we have the cat room. Look how perfectly aligned they are. How gorgeous, how well trained. They are in their own lane. They are silent Sallies. And this one, well, this one is in the corner for being ugly. Now, this one was bullied. As you can see, there's a big frown on his face because he was bullied by the other kitty cats. This is what we call the kitty crew, and that's the ugly fat loser in the corner. So, unfortunately, he is going to be put in the cauldron later to be drowned. Do you hear me? You're going to be drowned. You want to be drowned? And they will be the ones sacrificing, and this has to happen. Let's watch the sunset as we discuss. No one really talks about this when they have multiple cats because it is more of a higher position in life. If you are a boss, if you own businesses, if you're a girl boss, a male maxer, if you're any of those things, you probably own 4 cats. And when you own 4 cats, you know that is way past the maximum. The maximum being 3 cats, which will always form the kitty cat clique. Okay? The kitty cat clique will always execute the weakest link. And the weakest link happens to be the ugly cat. And so they round him out, they corner him, and they don't want anything to do with him, and they chose him to be sacrificed. So the next time Benxlle goes in his casa, he'll see which one the kitty cat crew clique has picked for their sacrifice to be extinguished so that the balance can remain. Oh, whoa, excuse me. Hey! Don't get handsy on me, son. I'm not about that life. Freak. I mean, what, do you want to stand up for the ugly cat? Is that what? Because you're ugly too? It's not my fault. I don't make the rules. These 3 make the rules. Get away from me! Help! A white man! Help me! Oh, let me escape to the farm. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous farm. An underground paradise. A garden. A Jordan, if you will. Look at the variety of fruits and vegetables. You know, whoever has made this is getting a diverse diet. Especially with the glass windows, the dirt surrounding it. You might think that it's not very structural integrity, but in fact it is the mere opposite because it is not just dirt, it's packed dirt. Now it may not look like packed dirt, but in fact it is. And this is the utmost care for glass, especially one that's walkable, so all the plants get equal sunlight every day and have a nice cool evening every night. Now here in this corner, wow. This is obviously an accidental photo taken with someone's thumb in the front of it. This is an iPhone picture. They accidentally took the picture, whoever did, on portrait mode. But the portrait mode takes time to focus, and it was an accidental photo because it was in their pocket, and they take their phone out, take a picture, swipe the thumb, the screen's all fuzzy, and you don't know what you're looking at, and that's what makes this so beautiful. It's so authentic, it's so real, it's such a niche photo, it's such a real, candid photo of everyday normal life, because someone this rich, of such gorgeous status in everything, their kitchen, their artwork, their kitty patrol, this is something that humbles you, brings you back down to the modern class, and doesn't allow you to get carried away with money. Some people are classless, like Kim Kardashian, who have way too much money and don't know what to do with it, and they lose their authenticity. But Benxlle? No. Benxlle knows exactly how to ground himself. So every time he walks through this hallway, he's gonna see this painting and realize, hey, I'm just like them. I may have a ton more money, I may be way prettier and smarter, but I'm just like these pores. And that's what really counts. Here in this hallway, we've got various animal pens. Now you may think, well, hey, what's going on? Isn't this animal abuse? And you would be wrong. This is not animal abuse, okay? It's actually far from it. These animals are home-raised, wild-bred, free-roaming, healthy, safe conditions. No overcrowding, no danger, no non-safety protocol. This man knows how to treat animals well and with respect. Now look here.
Huh?
Jeb. Now I won't enter the pen because I have self-respect, but if you look from afar, Jeb is gorgeous, a truly magnificent, magical, beautiful, gorgeous, wild animal. Truly rare, rarer than a unicorn, rarer than a water-breathing dragon. This is the rainbow sheep, tricolor, quadruple color, trigon sheep Jeb. Now, I know you might be thinking, why would you put such a gorgeous, mystical, gracious animal, such a rare beauty, in a pen underground with a bunch of other lame, ugly sheep? Now, you may have a good point, but here's what you probably didn't think of. This sheep right here, this sheep would have been wolf's meat in the wild. This is such an eyesore. If you saw a rainbow lighting sheep in the wild, would you not want to take a giant bite? No, it's not poisonous. No, it's not scary. It's just camouflaging in all the wrong ways.
Oh yes.
Even Jeb agrees. So this is where he's safest. Okay, this is the ethical slaughtering for the pigs. This is Raoul. He will be going next. They proudly sacrifice themselves for Benxlle's meal. Benxlle loves burgers and he'll do anything to get his next fresh bite. I'll just slowly walk through here so you can see the gorgeous pieces. In the wolf room. Gross. Wow, this is a top-tier, multi-billion-dollar established storage station. These are what we call the Benxlle minions. They walk around all day sorting through things. Only chests, they are confined to this room. If they leave, they get shocked by the Hassan shock collar, and them being metal, it really hurts. So they stay here and do their jobs without pay all day for the rest of their lives. As you can see, they're already starting to mold due to poor diet and lack of sleep, poor conditions, dehydration, disease, but they want to do this. Look how happy they are. Wow. Stiff joints means a healthy body. That's it for the Benxlle tour. Let's go down to Rune's house. Let's see what Eel's got cooking up. Now, Rune's house is actually right in this waterfall. Super cool. Super stylish, super unique. You float down and you shake off to get all that water. And you very carefully walk through the steep stairs and the bushes, the overgrowth, and you see the wall dog. Now, there's a little bit of lore on the wall dog. You see, this dog has been stuck in the wall for 8,000 years, and Rune has just explored this cavern and unleashed Wall Dog. But Wall Dog doesn't know how to do anything else than sit in a wall, so that's what Wall Dog does, and that's what Wall Dog loves to do most, is sit in the wall. And with no other care like this, he is so comfortable with his gorgeous glowberries and lightning bugs and soft, pillowy, pink petals to rest upon in this luscious cave. He has never been happier. In 800 years, he has never felt such love as Eel has given to this wall dog. Now, this is some very unique craftsmanship. I personally have never seen anything like this. This must have been custom made. This is what I think I should call a double-decker. A double-decker is kind of like a double couch, a double bed, where you and another person can hold each other's toes as you lay in bed, or you can sit up here and stare at the leaves. Truly comfortable. Now, if you're careful, you can get a nice view. Gorgeous ocean. Wow, my render distance is so high I can almost see the other side of the world. Oh, be careful, you almost fell to your death. Only a pro like Eel can really maneuver this place. Carefully down through the bushes, down to the main floor. Wow. The natural waterfall goes straight into the ocean, filtering out any pesticides that I happen to drop in. Just going out and filtering free. Now, this is Rune's slave. She has captured this man in an attempt to resurrect him because he is a zombie and Rune is no scientist, but she thought she'd give it a try. So he's been sitting in here for years, not ever able to get up, never being able to stretch his dying joints. He's got a little goggle, so that's cute, but he can never put them on because he cannot move. And here we have Beezus. Beezus is a bee that clearly is suffering from some sort of disease. Pink and white dots everywhere. How disgusting. So I'm gonna keep my distance and I'm not gonna go close to this Beezus because it looks pretty contagious and I don't want scabies. This is what we call a rogue bee. This bee has been in the middle of the ocean, lost at sea for generations. Severe scabies, dehydration, hunger, starvation, loneliness, on the brink of insanity, and by mere chance, he sees rescue. Eel pedaling down the ocean with her caveman-like abilities and scoops this bee up against its will and saves it from utter demise. However, instead of letting Beezus be free, she has trapped him in this boat in the middle of the ocean, almost close to the land, ever so slightly reaching freedom, just inches away, to remind him of where he came from and his place in this world. And honestly, what can we do other than admire that? Now here's her... Ah! Now here's Rune's chest area. It might look weird and complicated, but this is also an art statement. It says something about today's storage society. Comparative to Ben's slave system, this is very liberal, very woke, very leftist. Now, I'm no judger, but I prefer true right-winged conservatism and
capitalism.
The only right way to go. So, in a matter of days, weeks, maybe, I will be taking over and forcing everyone to pay some taxes. And this kind of free-range, self-idolization, freedom, single identity will all be erased in a matter of days when I become the sole dictator. Now, that doesn't sound like capitalism, you may say. Hey, I'm gonna let you in a little secret. I will not give in to capitalism. I will become the dictator. It's just a ruse. It's a disguise. I will take over this land. Anyway, Rune has not been on the server in 40 years. And in those 40 years, she has abandoned her only companion, the little golem, who now sits and stares at a bush, reminding of his life where he used to do things and used to play and used to sleep in a bush. But as you can see, this house and the modern one above it has a pretty stark difference. Now this one might be more cozy, but is it more practical? I think not. Artistic choices aside, this house has some work to do. Oh, here we go. Another trapped companion. This must be the work of Rune. As you saw with Beezus, I won't let her win, son. Be free. Be free! Finally, let's go up to my house and let's see how much progress I've made. Wow. Honestly, pretty gorgeous. This is actually the side entrance. Oh, that thing? It's just more pollution that Benxlle has decided to put out in the world, which I praise. Okay, it's too close. Don't worry, I'll get my gun a little bit later. I don't handle pests very well, but let me give you a tour. This is the side of the house. These are my sacrificial dogs, which means they are duplicate dogs from breeds I already have and are willing to die. If I so choose to bring them with me along any adventures, they can all perish, and it wouldn't make a difference to me. Uh-oh. Hey, 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 you shouldn't go in there. Get out. You didn't see anything, right? Why are you in my house? Excuse me. It's none of your beeswax, dude. Mind your own business. Get out of here. Go buzz off. You're really stinging me here. Whoa. Whoa, what? What happened? Son? I've never seen it freeze like this. What's wrong with it? That's actually really weird. Oh. He's okay. I didn't mean it, boy. You can go. Go over. Get your behind over the fence. Make like a tree and leave. What the heck is that? He's doing the Black Beatles challenge, bro. Be free. Be free to go to better bee pastures or something. I'm out of bee stuff. Anyway, let's go up here. Back to our cinematic mode. Yes, we did go in through the side, but it is what it is. This is just a little hallway. There's a lot of little crawlways, spaces, stairs, hallways that all go to, like, the same place. This is a view of the actual front door. Got some shrubbery going on. It's not done, obviously. I need better stairs and pathways to everything, but it's a work in progress. This is where Michael lives. Say hi, Michael. Michael. Now, I know what you might be thinking. He's so cute. He looks like candy. He's just the sweetest thing. He looks like Laffy Taffy, and I would agree, except although Michael was my first, he will not be my last. He wants to be, but he won't be. Michael is actually a murderer. Michael has murdered his two fishmates. I thought that he would be lonely here. This is why we have some borders put in place, because they, quote unquote, jumped. They committed suicide, and maybe it was because they weren't happy. But honestly, it's either one of two things. Michael was abusing them and driving them to their own demise, or he pushed them and suffocated them. Now I lost the first one, which was actually the third one, but the first to die because I never found her corpse. I also don't remember her name because it was a little bit too unique for my brain to remember. Here are my dogs that are each one breed: the jungle dog, the oak dog, and the acacia dog. I don't know what their official names are. Also one cat. I had a gray one and an orange one, but they vanished. And here's my first ever cat, who sits in the window as always and is so cute and perfect. Get it? Perfect. You're perfect. I've got my little water source, my armadillo, who I sclounge for scoots so I can get wolf armor. I'll make her a pen eventually. I just have not really put it high on my priority list. And here is my prized possession. Oh! Hey! Hey! Eugenia! Get out! Never once has an intruder entered upon my land. Shoo! Jiminy crickets. As I was saying, look at this. Look at the color swatch order of the plants. Look at this tiny stool step. Look at the 4 birds. And pretend there was also the dark blue bird, so I had all 5. The enchantment table. The neatly placed library books. The ambiance. The view. This is truly magical. And this is why I have such great enchantments. Because I put more than just what's necessary in here. I have the 4 to 5 birds of wisdom. I have the alpha photo. I have potted plants of wisdom, bookshelved plants of acknowledgement, wise glowberries, bell of knowledge. Go ahead. Yup. And Craig. Craig was the second victim, whom I almost caught in time, but was a millisecond too late with my water bucket. And I have not forgiven Michael since. Craig was very dear to me. I'm gonna miss you, Craig. Anyway, what I have here is a mere duplicate to Benxlle's modern artwork. I didn't go into much detail about this kitchen portrait, but this is what we call base photo at IKEA. This is an example photo of what they put in the frame that you're supposed to put your own photo in. But Benxlle made an artistic choice, one that's a little bit sketchy to do. If you don't know what you're doing, it's gonna look like laziness, poorness, just tacky. But he said, you know what? I'm going against the odds. I'm doing this ironically. And that he did, and it worked. And it really brought together the entire kitchen, bedroom, compost situation. And I just wanted to try it. And honestly, it's not as good as his. It really isn't. But I think it brings a little bit something to the place. And every time I look at it, I am motivated by Miss Bigum's next door. Get out of here, pest! Over here is the place I walk into 4,000 times a day. This is my chest room. Now, I'm going to take a moment and look at everyone. This is Frankly the middle child. He is named Frankly the middle child because he was the second golem out of 3 to get his flower potted. The first one is Poppy. Now, they're being extremely dumb right now, and I don't want to talk about why they're opening chests. Just ignore it, okay? Poppy was the first one to grow a poppy on her head thanks to father figure. Thank you, son. Now, I know this looks like the neighbor, where Benxlle was in, but they are 2 different people with 2 unique personalities. This is a kind, sweet man. Is that a freak? So let me get this clear. I have 4 golems, but this was the first one. And unfortunately, I was the first of the server to realize that these little babies can die. I know it's a difficult topic, alright, I know. But this was beautiful, gracious, adorable Marsha. Marsha was my first ever golem. I placed her and she oxidized over time. I thought it would be a little cute idea to give her a pufferfish to hold, just to hold and walk around with. Well, what happens when they don't know where to put the item because their job is to move items from their copper chest to your wooden chest? She couldn't find where the pufferfish was supposed to go because no other chest had a pufferfish in it. So she held it for weeks and days until she just suddenly froze. And the light disappeared from her eyes. And she is forever stuck in this frozen state. And she can be positioned, but I like this one because it just shows her silly baby personality. Now, worker's note, always be productive or this is your fate. This is just a fear. I put this as a fear as my motherly instinct will not allow any more of my babies to die. Even though they're acting like they don't know where to put it, there is clearly a spot for diorite. I don't know why they're always having issues with diorite. Why are we spinning? On the side, we have her honor, in honor of sweet Marsha. Marsha, oh Marsha, you are my Marsha. I'm going to miss you. You died for no reason. Oh Marsha. So first with Marsha, she passed away. My other golems are forever orange, red. I don't know what this color is. Because they have been waxed, which means they will not oxidize. This one is oxidized because it's the rebirthed one, who has the soul of Marcia. I know this because I did some sort of satanic ritual, whatever, it worked. She's almost done oxidizing, she's got a bit of spots, but she is working. You're holding a stick, my boy. Where do you think sticks go? Go over to the wood section. They're always over here now. Ever since they added these extra boxes, which I needed, they're always stuck over here. I may need to make the ceiling taller. Anyway, so first, it was Marcia. Then it was Poppy, because she grew the flower thanks to this bad boy. I sheared it, and here is Poppy's Poppy. I was just testing the waters. Frankly, the middle child was the second one to get it, so she is keeping hers, and is frankly the middle child. Third was Egyptian Prince, because he was the final golem I had, and was forgotten, just like the Egyptian Prince in Seaman, who was murdered, or whatever, for his love, who was poor. No one cares. Why is everyone over here? Seriously, what's going on? And finally is Rebirth's one, who is in the process of taking shape of her new body and not dying, which is why I have on display Death Sentence, which is the pufferfish that murdered my sweet Marcia. This is where I put their items in, and this, I believe, is Donkey Kong. And this reminds me of a video game in which one can never escape, is always doing monotonous chores. Which is why I put it here for them all to be reminded that I thought he was frozen. You scared me, boy. So that they are humbled and know what their job is that they are just worker bots for the rest of their days. Here's my furnace at smelting station. Here's my hog pen. This is where I sacrifice my desert hogs and get my meal. Oh, and that's Bartleby. Don't ask. Okay, that's just his name. This was an incident. Why there's only one more? Well, you'll see. But there was two in here in case I accidentally murdered all of them and I needed more to breed. So break in case of hog emergency. We'll go back over there when we circle back, but I gotta show you this part. What is that? What is that? Oh, shoot. Oh, how is he alive? Are you okay? How did this guy get in here? Why are you swimming up? Can he breathe? He's not dying. He laid an egg. He was in there long enough to lay an egg. Okay. That's super weird. I have no idea where that chicken came from. This is making me uncomfortable. This is my hallway of Eden. Okay. This just enters the hog pen if I need to access them that way. But everything is pretty much symmetrical and gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls. And these two are two different options. Where do we want to go first? Have you made up your mind? Okay, let's go left. Wow. This is gorgeous. Boy? Boy? Shoot. Oh my god, he's gone. Come back. Come back to me, boy. Oh my god. It's fine. He probably stuck around. This is my ghast pen. This is the nursery. This is where he was born. I'll show the ceremony. Okay, it was really sweet. That's Grand Slam. This is where, when he's an adult, he's supposed to be able to go in and out without getting caught. But it seems he flew out on his own a little bit too early. We'll check on him later. Let's go right. Wow. A gorgeous wooden axolotl aquarium. A perfectly safe home for two axolotls. One called Tiny Tilly, who was a baby when I got her, and one named Big Billy, who is her older brother. And they are so cute, and they have so much fun swimming. And it makes me sad that their lush cave environments only usually have like a 1x1 block for them to get in, and everything else is clay. Because look how fast they swim. Sometimes I like to bring in tropical fish to feed them because they love to kill and probably eat tropical fish. Super cute, definitely needs an upgrade, but I wanted to have like a warm feel because a lush cave I feel is warm and full of life, which is why I added the lush leaves. I'm gonna add vines and stuff, but for some reason I had a fear that they could like climb on the vines, which I don't think they can. But just in case, I really don't want them to die, and every axolotl pen I've had so far, I've made it poorly somehow, but this one, they are still alive after many Minecraft days, so I think they are chill. And this is my, what I call the Skyblock zone, because it looks like how I would do in Skyblock, This is my farm. I'm trying to grow more potatoes. I got wheat, I got carrots in the back. Here I just keep extra supplies. Usually there's stuff in there. And although it looks like I have a lot of like ways to go in and out, I actually use all of them. Because there's shortcuts depending on where I want to go. I don't really go up here though. Let's see what's up here. I don't remember making this staircase, but it was all grass when I found it, and obviously it was man-made. I think just what time would I was trying to get up the hill, so it leads to like my roof area. Also, that's the exit for the gas pen. Oh, thank God, there he is. Oh, thank God. Okay, so he's fine, I think. Is he fully grown? He should just stay around here. That's Pinky. She stays around here. That's Benxlle's rat. I haven't named my boy yet. Let me know if you have name suggestions, because I wanted to give him something special. I had a whole ceremony for him, and he's very important. This is my infinite water source. This is just another hallway to go in this way, because I was just scoping out how deep it was, because I might build something in here. Let's go in here. So this is like the hallway area. I don't know what to call this. A transition room? It needs to be more decorated. I want more plants in here. This goes up to the top. I actually don't use this. I'll show you a better way I get out. But I really like this area. This goes straight to my bed. Walk through here. Cute stairs. It's kind of reminding me of old Minecraft because it's only like wood and cobblestone. This I go through the painting only if I'm feeling really quirky. Got the I got the Halloween for Halloween. It's actually one of my favorite paintings. There's my window kitty. And yeah, you can see all through here. Sometimes I go down through this way, sometimes I go down through this way. Usually I come back up from this way, you'll see. But this is the side door. This doesn't get used that often, but if I need to go up for some reason, I go up here. All this is gonna be very more intricate. I like having different areas and places to go that seem very complex, but are just kind of, I don't know, they're fun to build. Oh, there's my piglin. Or maybe that's a new one. I think that's a new one. Mine had a chest plate. Look at this. I want to keep him, but when I tried to keep the other one, he vanished. But I really like them. I'm afraid if I name him, I might waste a name tag if he disappears. Let's try and keep him here. I'll come back for you. Let's go through here. Down the stairs. This goes through here. So, depending on where I'm coming from, if I'm coming from the community section, if I'm coming from the ocean, the mesa, the jungle, I am always coming in through a different direction. And this is my office, which is very incomplete. It's the last thing I built. I got books here. I'm writing some books. I've already written a couple of nursery rhymes for my boy. 2 of them are copyright, but that's all right. Actually, no, 1 of them is copyright, 2 of them are originals and are peak, and it's in my newborn celebration video. If you like pause it, you could read it. I've also read it out loud. I was reading to him before he grew up, and my mic was literally in like worldwide mode, so it sounds really echoey and bad. It's basically, I'm literally just like reading a small kid's poem, a small essay passage, and a John F. Kennedy speech with like terrible quality at a dried gas. And as soon as I realized, and I was gonna re-record it, he already turned into a baby. And he was flying around. So I probably will not put that anywhere. I'll put a little segment clip so you can hear how bad it is. Last say not Berlin Komen. This is ugly. This is where I'm going to put all my books, but I need to make like a nice chair here. I've been lacking wool. I've been feeding for wool. As you can see, I've only got 3 carpets here. We're really poor. Also this, sometimes I use this if I'm feeling slow, just quirky. This goes up here. So yeah, I use this waterfall a lot because it goes straight down to Benxlle's Casa. Oh, William, he's got a name. Okay, there's a couple more things to show you, but just so you know, this waterfall goes all the way up to like the top where it was before in the main room. And these over here are 4 waterfalls that go in my farm. I just let them go down so I can swim up them if I need to. This right here, this is what I like to call a big waste of time. I'll show you. I had to get a website. I felt around for the perfect coordinates, and this is supposed to be the exact chunk for a slime. I took all the torches away. I kept some torches in. I walked away. I walked around. Ain't nothing spawned. Because I want to make a redstone door for my gas, but it requires honey And slime blocks. I have not even had one slime. So, I was failed, and this did not spawn. But super cool view. Okay, this is gorgeous, and then you see that. Listen, it's a work in progress. I'm gonna have multiple layers. It's just looking like that because I haven't had my ghast equipped with the saddle, so I can't really go under yet. But I will eventually. Oh, and I have silk touch now, so I can really bring in some coral stuff for my pond. I'm gonna make a bigger pond, and I'm gonna add some for the axolotls. But this is like a base. It might be bigger, but this is just a base for a mansion thing I'm doing. So this is a water elevator that I only just got soul sand, so it doesn't actually, it's just water for now. But when I get soul sand, or when I put it in there, it'll shoot me to the top. And when I want to come down, I could just fall in this hole. Look at all this. These are pure logs. Yup, pure logs. Took me ages. Admire it. It's not ugly, and it was worth it. But eventually I'll add lights and make it cute. But I'm just gonna make a bunch of like whatever was going on in my house up here is gonna go on over here and kind of like form into this big, like pretty wooden structure of different hallways and whatever, just like a big project. So yes, let me go up. Pretend this is going like 3 times the speed. That's what it would be like if I had my soul sand. And here we are, back at the start. Oh, this just goes up to the upper grass area. I'll show you on the way back. But I go this way. I want to make this hallway like colorful wool, like kind of rainbow with like 3 blocks of color in between. But I need a lot of, give me that. I need a lot of sheep for that. So sheep are something that's on my list. If you saw sheep in a wall, that might have been related. Might not have been me. Maybe they were just a figment of your imagination. Anyway, I got a big walkway. I kind of have a feel for where things are now. This is the mesa where I get my white terracotta. This mesa looks pretty pathetic, but it actually goes more that way, and I haven't really been in that way. Not a lot of cute colors, but I need dyes. Oh, and there's this staircase that I sacrificed my life for many times. But over here is just oak and birch. There's 2 acacia villages that way, an oak village that way, a jungle that way, with a little jungle thingy. Jungle temple? Obviously nothing is good there because they have nerfed her from day 1. And there's also a deep dark over there, which I will not be going to, but there is a city. Hello, baby. I will do an updated tour in like a few months when there's like actual progress. Let me go up this way, I'll show you. I have a lot of ideas. I'm very motivated because this is kind of the first Minecraft world in a very long time where I've dedicated myself to it. Like, because I always give in to cheats one way or another. I always am like, oh, let me just like go into creative mode and like fly away, or let me teleport home. And eventually I always get demotivated. Also, if you're wondering what the heck this is, if you know, you know. But I got somewhat of a path here. I'm gonna fix this. Oh, this just goes to that little ladder way I showed you. It goes there. Because it used to be like a walkway to go up here. It used to be where my bees were, right here. Moved my bees down there. And now, I'm just going to use it in case I want to drop off my ghast here and get out that way. And here's my pathway to my actual front door, what I consider my front door. Very cute, very demure. I rarely have issues where a mob gets in. Like, surprisingly. I think it's because I have so much light, and so they rarely spawn. But I have had a creeper come into my storage room a couple times, which is very dangerous, especially with my babies in there. In conclusion, she's still a work in progress, but we've gotten a lot done, and I like it. I don't think this man will survive, so love you. See you on the other side, buddy. Oh, remember there's a phantom in that portal, there's a chicken in that waterfall. I don't know what was going on today. Anyway, that's it.